Good morning. Today we're going to talk about a very important question. That is fitness relative? The way you answer or think about fitness will really help you in your journey. Been paying attention to the conversation over the past few years, you'll know that there's been a lot of talk about what is fitness and who gets to define fitness, and can you be fit and healthy at any size? And what I'm going to argue here is that fitness is relative, and it's relative to your definition. And you should define fitness in a very specific way, which we'll cover in this video. So to get to the heart of this, what I need to let you know is that fitness is relative to the way you define it, but there are consequences to the way you define fitness. For example, you could define fitness as being obese and not strong, but then you wouldn't make a great rock climber. A marathon runner would have a really hard time being a marathon runner if they were a bodybuilder. Do you see what I'm saying? Your environment is the thing that shapes your fitness. I think I'd mentioned before that when I was much more overweight, it was really hard for me to walk upstairs without getting out of breath, and my joints ached and my pants didn't fit. Those are problems I had with my environment. If I was okay with being out of breath and not being able to walk upstairs and having really tight-fitting clothes, then sure, my fitness doesn't matter. The question we need to start with when we're thinking about fitness is not what is fitness or listening to someone else's definition of fitness. We need to ask a different question. It's what type of world or environment do I want to live and thrive in? That should be your starting point for your definition of fitness. The reason this works is because you have the ability to influence and change your environment. For example, if you want to live in an environment that exists 70 years into the future, then use that as part of your definition of fitness. If you want to climb to the top of mountaintops, you probably shouldn't become a huge bodybuilder. You'll be too big and have too many muscles to climb effectively. Use that as your definition of fitness. If you want to be able to walk around on a beach confidently, define what being confident on a beach means to you and use that to help influence your definition of fitness. Think about the type of life you want to experience, what type of environment you want to interact with, and use that as your starting point. This is the easy part, dreaming about what type of environment you want to live in. The hard part is actually changing your environment and your behavior so your environment and your behavior allow you to achieve fitness as you've defined it relative to your environment. So is fitness relative? Yes, it's absolutely relative depending on how you define it. There's no universal definition of fitness. The power is all in your hands to define it. So take some time to think about this and ask what type of life you want to live, and that'll help you define fitness.